Animated feature films have come a long way from majority being about princess who need to be rescued by a prince charming. Children nowadays get introduced to progressive themes and ideas wrapped in a right and the visually stunning animated exterior. There are many animated movies that explore complex and mature themes, thought vibrant visuals and music number in a way that refuse to leave your head over months and months of watching the movie. Here is the list of 10 best animated movies Disney, Hotstar and Netflix. Number 10, Over the Moon 2020. This Netflix original animated feature film delves into a topic that rarely explored in the movies of for children. The movie is about overcoming the loss of loved one and the different ways people deal with that grief. The American Chinese film revolves around Fei Fei who struggle to cope with losing her mother to terminal illness. To deal with the overwhelming grief and she decides to build a rocket and go to moon just to show and prove that the mythical goddess change whose stories her mother raised her on exists and she can show the world that doesn't need to move from these slightly unrealistic beliefs and practices. Number 9, Inside Out 2015. You can make anything appeal by animating it and giving it adorable personality quirks. Case in point, Disney Pixar Inside Out. This movie is set in the mind of young Riley, where we are introduced to her 5 major emotions and personified form who are trying to lead her through her life in a new city. Number 8, Coco 2017. This delightful animated feature celebrates that. Inspired by Mexican holiday Day of the Dead, the stories follow Miguel, a precious 12-year-old who accidentally gets transported to the land of the dead. He has to seek the help of his dead ancestor to return the land of living to reverse his family ban on music. Number 7, Frozen 2013. This movie most enduring legacy, perhaps the soaring bald songs performed by Eliana Menzel that somehow still refuse to leave your mind. Let it go could be the only mantra we need to going forward with the semblance of sanity during the disaster of a year. This movie is one of the few Disney movies that is self-aware enough to poke fun at some of the more ridiculous tropes found in the older Disney movies, like love at the first sight and marriage being only happy ever after the worth getting. Number 6, Wall-E 2008. Widely considered one of the best animated movies of all times. This movie covered a variety of groves of themes including environmental waste, dangers of technology, consumerism, obesity and religion. This award-winning movie follows a lonely trash compacted robot who is sent to the now desert Earth to clean up the garbage. He is visited by a probe that contains another robot called Eve, with whom he falls in love with the travels across the galaxy to alter the fate of the humankind. Number 5, Lorex 2012. This movie features a very strong criticism of capitalism and its direct relation of climate change, set in the future where human greed has destroyed natural lives and civilizations has receded to the artificially created societies. This movie follows the adventure of Ted, a 12-year-old who sets out to find a real tree to impress the love of his life. The movie stars Zac Efron, Danny DeVito, Tyler Swift. Number 4, Mulan 1998. This is not perfect movie. There are lots of issues with it, but there is no denying that Mulan is one of the most progressive Disney princess movies of the classic era. The film was unfair to show the brutal relations of war and the inspirational message of breaking gender constraints to stand up the what you believe in. Based on Chinese legend of Huma Mulan, it follows the titular character that she takes the place of her weak father when she called to join the army by the pretending to be by the man. Number 3, Brave 2012. Aside from giving everyone an explainable argue to the trade their regulations here from wild and cruelly red rock and spink in the Scottish burr, the Disney Pixar movies gave an princess of the root for who was well brave, flawed and wanted nothing to do with the men and outdated customs. Set of the Scottish highlight and the story revolve around Merida, who defines an age-old costumes and sets of motion events that would destroy her family. Number 2, Zootopia 2016. The overwatching theme of Disney hit that is the celebrating diversity and destroying racial prejudices. These heavy and increasingly relevant themes have been present through a fictional Zootopia. Zootopia is if you are there are the animal of species and kind of coexist. The story follows an anthropomorphic rabbit Judy Hopes who gets offered by a job in the Zootopia police department. She slowly discovers a sinister criminal conspiracy involved in disappearance of the predator from the city. She enlists the help of Nick and Red Fox, who is also con artist, to help solve the case. Number 1, Moana 2016. Moana Disney Polynesian princess quickly joined the ranks of the recent heroines who had ambitions another finding their happily even after with the perfect man. But what the sets in the one part that is Moana's story had to make male love interest. Like any other Disney princess tale, Moana is stunning visuals and highly humbled soundtrack by Lin-Manuel Miranda no less. It follows the titular character, the daughter of the village chief, who sets off an adventure to reunite a mystical relic and their goddess.